Hi everyone, and welcome to today's morning yoga stretch. Let's start today in a seated position. You can sit on your heels or you can come to easy pose. Then interlace your hands but behind your back and bring both of your hands over to the left side of your body above your hip bone. Relax your shoulders down and then gently lean your head over to the left side. Your right shoulder reaches down and enjoy this really nice stretch on your neck. Then come back to center. Same on the other side. Bring both of your hands over to the right side of your hip. Shoulders go down and then lower your right ear in the direction of your right shoulder. You should feel a really nice stretch on the left side of your neck and in your shoulder. Then bring your head back to center and come to a child's pose. So spread your knees out wide, bring the big toes together to touch. Maybe sit on a block or bolster here and interlace your hands behind you. And we will come to a child's pose with these interlaced hands and we will try to reach the arms up as high as we can. This again sounds really easy, but it's really hard. So be gentle to yourself and only reach your arms up as high as you can. So lower your forehead down on the mat and then reach your arms up high. Open up your shoulders here. Try to reach your hands up a little higher, just for the last few breaths. One more breath and lower back down. Come up to a downward facing dog. Lift your hips up high. Let your chest melt down to the mat. And spend some time to check in with your body here. Notice how your ankles feel, how your hamstrings and your knee feel. Is your chest open or closed? And quickly notice your hands and focus on pressing down through all 4 points of your hand. Then look between your hands, step the right foot to the inside of the right hand and lower the left foot down. So your left foot should be fully down on the mat and your left toes should point to the upper left corner of the mat. And you should be on 2 different tracks here. Then lift your torso up and we will come to a warrior 1 pose. But first we are straightening our hips. So the right hip goes back and the left hip goes forward, Pull the belly button in. Open up the chest and then reach your arms up high next to your ears. To warrior one pose. Relax your shoulders down and feel the strength and the power of this pose. Then relax your arms down, interlace them behind your back. And we will lower the torso down. So lower the torso down and bring your right shoulder to the inside of the right knee. And reach your arms up high. To humble warrior. Let your head hang heavy. And make sure that your hips stay where they were in warrior one. Because they tend to shift to one side, so bring them back to center. Then release your hands, extend the front leg and bring your hands onto your shins. Lift your chest up, make your spine long to a pyramid pose or to an intense leg stretch. Make sure that your hips are still straight. So you should be able, if you have a block close by, to balance a block on your lower back. Then bring both hands down and step back to downward facing dog. We do the same on the other side. Step the left foot to the inside of the left hand. Bring the right foot down. Should be in a 45-degree angle, so your right toe points to the upper right corner of the mat. And then bring your torso up high. We always first check the alignment of the hips. So the hips should be parallel to the short end of the mat. And this means that you might have to adjust your stand. So if you stand back here, you can't really push your right hip forward. So just bring the right foot up a little bit and then square your hips. Pull the belly in, relax the shoulders down and then reach your arms up high. Then lower your hands down, interlace your hands behind your back. Maybe do it a strange way this way so that the other thumb is on top. Roll the shoulders back, open up your chest and then lower down to humble warrior. So your left shoulder comes to the inside of the left knee. Let your head hang heavy here and really surrender to this pose. Let go of your hands, bring them down on the mat, extend the left leg, straighten your spine, bring your hands on your shins to pyramid pose. You should feel a really nice stretch in your left hamstrings here. Maybe you can even bring the hands down on the mat. but try to keep your hips as straight as possible. Again, you can do the little block test here and balance block on your back. Then bring both of your hands down. Step back to downward facing dog. One deep breath here together. Inhale and exhale. Then lower your knees down. And we end our practice with a camel pose. So the easiest way for camel is to tuck your toes, then bring your hips up high, and you can bring your hands on your lower back, fingers facing down, roll your shoulders back, and then lift your chest up high. So imagine there's someone pulling you up from your chest. You can let your head hang heavy. And only if this feels good, you can reach for your heels and come to a full camel pose. But feel free to stay up. One more deep breath here. Then come up to center. Sit down on your heels. Thanks for practicing with me today. Namaste.